Hello, my dear children. How are you? Hope everyone is very good. Today we are going to study the lesson The Best Christmas Present in the World by Michael Morpurgo. See, Michael Morpurgo was born on 5th October 1943. He is an English author, poet, and playwright who is known best for children's novels such as Warhouse. His work is noted for its magical storytelling. Okay, before going to the lesson, I'll summarize it. First, let me introduce the characters. We have the narrator. The narrator is Michael Morpurgo himself. Okay. Next, Jim McPherson. He was the leader of English Army. Before joining the war, he was a school teacher in Dorset, England. Next, Connie McPherson, wife of Jim McPherson. She was a mentally stressed wife suffering from the pain of separation. Next character is Hans Wolff. He was a captain of German army. Before joining the army, he played cello in an orchestra in Dusseldorf. He was very friendly. Another terms you remember, Tommy, a common name for British soldiers, Fritz, a common name for German soldiers. Okay, children, let me ask you something. When we give gifts or receive gifts, we'll be very happy, right? Yes, of course. Here you can see the best Christmas present in the world. Okay, what will be the best Christmas present in the world? Okay, the story The Best Christmas Present in the World has beautifully depicted the moral lesson. It conveys that war and fight only bring sadness and humiliation all around the world. One should generally follow the path of peace for attaining happiness in the world. This would be the best Christmas present, of course. Here, the soldiers in enemy camps want peace and harmony. They want to live with their families. They wish to celebrate and play together. The female character waited long for the husband to return from the war front. Okay, so the summary of the lesson. Here, the narrator went to a junk shop and purchased a rolled up dress which was in a bad condition. He started repairing it on Christmas Eve and found a letter in his drawer. He read the letter. It was from Jim McPherson to his wife, Connie McPherson, as written on the top. Okay. After reading the letter, he found that Jim McPherson was the leader of the England army, and he described that England and Germany were engaged in a war, but on the Christmas morning a wonderful thing happened. First, Germans wished Happy Christmas to English soldiers, and same response was given by English also. The leaders shared their ideas and feelings with each other and celebrated Christmas by eating, laughing, talking, and drinking. After that, they played football match in which Germans won. In the night, both troops sang carols and had a peaceful Christmas. The author decided to give this letter to Jim's wife back. He went to the address which was written on the letter envelope, where he found that an accidental fire caught in the house and she was in a nursing home. He rushed to the nursing home where he found Jim's wife. As she was grown too old, she was 101 years old. Okay, as she was grown too old in the waiting of his husband, she mistook the author by understanding him as Jim. Understand? She declared him as the best Christmas present in the world. Okay, children, now we will read and enjoy the lesson. The Best Christmas Present in the World by Michael Morpurgo. Before you read, there are some dates or periods of time in the history of the world that are so significant that everyone knows and remembers them. The story you'll read mentions one such date and event, a war between the British and the Germans in 1914. Can you guess which war it was? Yes, of course, it was the First World War. Okay, and here you have some dates. You are supposed to find it out and write it in your notebook back page. Okay, the first paragraph of the lesson, the best Christmas present in the world. Here, the spirit of Christmas is a theme that prevails throughout the story. The message of Christmas is peace and goodwill to all, is brought out so clearly through the story here. Okay, so the first paragraph, I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport, a roll-top desk. The man said it was early 19th century and oak. I had wanted one, but they were far too expensive. This one was in a bad condition, the roll top in several pieces, one leg clumsily mended, scorch marks all down one side. It was going for very little money. I thought I could restore it. It would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom at the back of the garage. I began work on it on Christmas Eve. Okay, this is the first paragraph. Now we see the explanation of the first paragraph. Here, the narrator found a roll-top desk in a junk shop. Spotted here means found. Roll-top desk means a desk with a flexible sliding cover. The man, that is a shopkeeper, said it was early 19th century, that is, it was very old, and it was made of oak tree. Even though it was very old, it was made of oak tree. Actually, the narrator had wanted one earlier, but those kinds of desks were very expensive at that time, so he couldn't buy one so far. Understand? But this one was in a bad condition, the roll top in broken pieces, that is several pieces, one leg clumsily mended. Clumsily mended means repaired without much skill. And the other side filled with scorch marks, that is burn marks. Scorch marks means burn marks. But he could buy it for cheap rate. Was going for very little money means selling for very cheap amount, that is low rate. He thought he could restore it. Restore here means repair. He thought he could repair it. Even though it was a challenge, he had to have it. He wanted it because he loved it. Really, he wanted it. So, he bought it and brought to his work room at the back of his garage. Garage means a building for keeping motor vehicles. So he brought it to his workroom and started work on it on a Christmas Eve. Understand? So we stop here today and I give you new words for you from this paragraph, first paragraph. Okay? Okay, the first word for you, Bridport. It's a place. It's a market town in Dorset, England, situated approximately 1.5 miles inland from British Channel. Okay. New word. Next word is junk shop. A shop selling miscellaneous second-hand items, old out-of-use materials. Okay. Third one, roll-top desk. A desk with a flexible sliding cover. Spotted it means found it. Scorch marks means burn marks. Clumsily mended means without skill repaired. That means repaired without much skill. Okay, these are the new words for you. You are supposed to copy it down in your notebook and study it today itself. Alright, thank you.